Hello and welcome to House News. In this episode, we present you the latest information coming from the House of Representatives of Indonesia. And now, let's see the headlines for today. The Indonesian Parliament intends to increase bilateral cooperation with the European Union, particularly in the economic and trade sectors, through the Indonesian-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The House participated in the meetings of the 18th session of the Conference of the Parliamentary Union of the OIC member states in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. The Indonesian Parliament strongly condemns the Israel violation in Gaza, calling for immediate international action to protect the lives and rights of civilians. The House views the 4% parliamentary threshold as optimal, emphasizing budget consideration following the Constitutional Court's decision on electoral revision. Southeast Asia's biggest textile market, Tanah Abang, is always jam-packed with customers, and increasing number in business nearing Idul Fitr is always expected. The House and the European Union ambassador reaffirmed the commitment to enhance trade cooperation in the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement negotiations, especially in mining and agriculture.
Chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Fadlizon, mentions the European Union ambassador is eager to meet with the new Indonesian elected president while maintaining interparliamentary relations related to the negotiations for the Indonesian-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The ambassador also hopes to facilitate the resolution of trade issues concerning palm oil and the EU's lawsuit against the Indonesian nickel ore sector.
Dan kita menyelesaikan sejumlah persoalan yang terkait dengan perdagangan, misalnya persoalan kelapa sawit, persoalan juga gugatan mereka terhadap biji nikel kita. Dari sisi parlemen kita bisa menjembatani persoalan-persoalan itu. Kita ingin segera Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement atau SEPA, AU-SEPA antara Indonesia dengan Uni Eropa ini bisa segera diselesaikan karena ini bisa membuka potensi perdagangan yang lebih besar antara kita dengan Eropa. Jadi kita ingin mempererat hubungan parlemen kedua negara, termasuk persoalan-persoalan yang terkait dengan integritas wilayah kita, dan juga mereka mengatakan siap untuk bekerja sama dengan pemerintahan yang akan datang.
Furthermore, Fadlizon appreciates the EU ambassador for not objecting to Indonesia's nickel sector downstreaming program. Discussions regarding mechanism and technical issues in trade cooperation will still continue in the future bilateral meetings. Adila and Aang, TVR Parlemen, report.
The 18th session of the PAIC conference discussed Islamophobia and discrimination against minority Islamic groups, highlighting the issues faced by Muslims in Myanmar and Uyghurs in China.
Member of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House, Hu Gua, believes Islamophobia can be resolved through strengthening interstate dialogue. In addition, lack of understanding of Islamic values is a major reason for discrimination. Hu Gua further mentions parliaments of OIC countries play a role in preventing discrimination by facilitating dialogue with countries prone to Islamophobia.
Pertama adalah menyangkut masalah perbedaan cara pandang tentang budaya Muslim yang ada di Eropa dan Muslim yang ada secara mayoritas di negara-negara Arab dan Asia. Bagi cara pandang Eropa yang liberal, mereka menganggap bahwa itu melanggar hak asasi manusia. Padahal ini kan sebetulnya cara pandang kultur yang berbeda. Rapat ini kita usulkan untuk diperbanyak dialog-dialog produktif antara lembaga-lembaga yang ada di Eropa, terutama parlemen-parlemen yang ada di Eropa dengan parlemen yang ada di Arab dan kita semua negara-negara Muslim.
Hu Gua also proposed a study visit to Rohingya, Uyghur, and several European countries to identify the causes of discrimination and hopes to provide resolutions. From Abidjan, Ivory Coast, Akbar Prakoso, TVR Parlemen, report.
At the Parliamentarian Union of the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation, BKSAP of the House urged for concrete action regarding the protection of children and women in Gaza.
During the meeting of the Standing Committee on Human Rights, Women and Family Affairs, BKSAP of the House requested the rights of children and women be respected and also to give more protection to the minority. Member of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House, Fathan Subhi, stated Indonesia should take a leading role in supporting the protections of children and women's rights in Palestine. He added Indonesia should ensure the action are taken to access clean water and education for children in Palestine.
Kita mendesak dan memohon kepada negara-negara Islam yang lain untuk terus mendesak Israel supaya juga dimasukin dalam kejahatan internasional, dan juga kita meminta dan Indonesia sebagai pelopornya agar hak-hak perempuan, hak-hak anak di wilayah Palestina terpenuhi secara baik, kesehatannya, air bersihnya, pendidikannya, sehingga resolusi-resolusi yang kita hasilkan nanti bisa memberikan kontribusi bagi perbaikan nasib mereka, terutama anak-anak dan wanita yang selama ini mengalami diskriminasi dan situasi yang tidak menguntungkan di negara-negara yang dijajah oleh Israel.
In addition, the meeting of the Human Rights and Women's Commissions also emphasized children and women as subjects of development. It means gender equality needs to be strengthened to ensure women have equal opportunities and are not excluded from economic and social affairs. From Abidjan, Ivory Coast, Akbar Prakoso, TVR Parlemen, report.
For more updates on the information on parliamentary threshold, stay tuned to House News. The House emphasized the need to consider the budget capabilities in response to revision of the parliamentary threshold before the 2029 election. The House evaluated the current 4% threshold as still effective.
Vice Chairperson of Commission 2 of the House, Junimart Girsang, says in the previous period, the parliamentary threshold aimed to minimize the number of political parties without considering budget capabilities. Junimart adds 4% parliamentary threshold is still worth maintaining.
Bisa dibayangkan berapa banyak anggaran harus dikeluarkan. Yang kedua tentu kita juga harus melihat menyangkut sejarah partai. Ya, partai itu dibutuhkan dalam rangka untuk menyokong pembangunan. Seseorang anggota DPR itu diharapkan orang yang mapan dan mampu, ya, sebagai wakil rakyat, mewakili konstituen, menyampaikan pokok-pokok pikiran.
Meanwhile, member of Commission 2 of the House, Mardani, states the 4% parliamentary threshold aims to simplify political parties. Mardani believes 7 to 9 political parties in parliament are effective, making the 4% threshold still quite optimal. However, a 5% threshold would facilitate the consolidation of political parties in parliament.
Kalau mau maju naik 5 gitu. Biar tadi terjadi konsolidasi. Yang kan kalau kita 6 partai itu lebih mudah untuk difahami perbedaan. Kalau kebanyakan party ID-nya rendah. Kalau party ID rendah, swing voternya tinggi. Nggak terbangun institusi partai politik yang dekat dengan rakyat.
Helmi Darmawan, TVR Parlemen, report.
Commission 4 of the House discovered rice price manipulation in certain areas causing retail price hikes. Therefore, the Commission requests National Logistic Affairs, CTO supervise distribution and prevent any misconduct.
Member of Commission 4 of the House, Suhardi, urges the National Logistics Affair or Bulog to tighten supervision of rice distribution through the Food Supply and Price Stabilization Program in various regions. Suhardi urges Bulog to improve rice distribution management from production to distribution to the retail stores and traditional markets.
Banyak juga laporan bahwa beras impor itu tidak hanya mengalir ke kios-kios tertentu, tapi juga selain diberikan kepada masyarakat dengan harga murah, tapi ada juga laporan bahwa Bulog memberikan kepada pengusaha-pengusaha tertentu. Nah, pengusaha-pengusaha tertentu ini
dikelola ulang, diganti dia punya kemasan, kemudian dijual 14.000. Ini tidak baik bagi negara kalau perlakuan Bulog seperti ini. Karena jangankan SPHP, bahkan ada di daerah beras hilang. Bulog ini juga tidak baik-baik saja dari sisi pengelolaan manajemennya. Saya akan minta APH untuk masuk di Bulog supaya mengawasi dan melakukan audit.
In addition, Suhardi says the food supply and price stabilization program aims to maintain price stability in rice stocks. Through strict supervision, it is hoped the price manipulation can be prevented and will ensure the smooth distribution of rice starting from the warehouse to markets and stores. Samuel Entegar, TVR Parlemen, report.
Following public concern over the incident of Batik Air pilots falling asleep on Kendari-Jakarta Road, Commission 5 has requested an investigation by the Ministry of Transportation to ensure airlines prioritize passenger safety over profit.
Vice Chairperson of Commission 5 of the House Ridwan Bae requests the Ministry of Transportation to investigate the factors causing this issue. Ridwan Bae emphasizes this incident must be an evaluation for all relevant parties and requests airlines to evaluate the working hours and flight schedules of air crews to prevent similar incidents from happening again.
Apapun alasannya dari berbagai kelemahan yang ada, kita minta maskapai penerbangan ini agar diaudit secara matang tentang persoalan pengaturan sistem jadwal. Itu yang saya minta betul. Dan yang kemudian adalah kita minta Kementerian Perhubungan betul-betul memantau kinerja dari berbagai aspek yang dilakukan oleh maskapai itu sendiri. Sehingga kejadian-kejadian semacam ini insya Allah tidak terjadi lagi. Memang ini adalah alhamdulillah tidak terjadi apa-apa. Apalagi sudah Pilsel Sulawesi Tenggara seperti itu, misalnya Kendari, Jakarta. Itu sangat membahayakan luar biasa. Oleh karena itu berikutnya mungkin dalam waktu yang tidak terlalu lama juga kita akan rapat dengan Kementerian Perhubungan. Tentu ini kita akan sikapi dengan baik dan kita akan minta perhatian khusus terhadap hal ini.
Moreover, Ridwan Bae adds airlines must consider pilots and crews' rest time and quality, as it directly impacts the alertness during flights. Andri, TVR Parlemen, report.
When we return, we have the updates on Ramadan in Indonesia, only on House News. Ramadan is a blessing for clothes sellers at Tanah Abang Market, Central Jakarta. The large number of visitors who come to hunt for clothing for Idul Fitr makes shopping at the largest textile center in Southeast Asia even more vibrant.
Tanah Abang Market is still the people's favorite shopping place amid the trend on e-commerce platforms. When it comes to the wholesale shopping, Tanah Abang Market is the ultimate hotspot. Located in the city center, Tanah Abang has been famous for centuries for its wholesale and raw materials. Cheapest of the cheap, very famous for resale, it has a massive range of products, especially in textile and garments. With over 3,000 kiosks and 75,000 shoppers per day, Tanah Abang is recognized as the largest textile and garment wholesale center in Southeast Asia. With over 5 shopping areas, Tanah Abang is an extremely massive shopping area. So if you are here for the first time, beware of your surroundings since you can easily get lost. This year, Tanah Abang Market Management introduced Little Bangkok, a new shopping concept for high-quality imported fashions from Bangkok in China. Little Bangkok is open Monday to Saturday and transactions can be made in cash or cashless. Little Bangkok consists of 3 alleys, allowing visitors to freely browse the shops from both sides. As previously reported, Tanah Abang Market had a 50% drop in turnover due to the increasing trend of online shopping on e-commerce platforms.
There are plenty of tradition among Indonesians on the feast of Idul Fitr. These traditions successfully make everyone love to celebrate the festivity of Eid, and even for some families, it should be done for every year.
Eid al-Fitr, commonly known as Lebaran in Indonesia, is an important and happy moment that many people have been waiting for. In Indonesia, this Eid celebration is accompanied by various traditions. Ketupat is one of the iconic dishes served on the special occasions. It is made from rice steamed in a container in the shape of a cube made from webbing coconut leaves. The moment of togetherness is usually created when people have to make the webbing from the coconut leaves. The tradition of gathering with family, relatives, neighbors, or friends is known as halal bihalal. When visiting, usually this moment is also used to greet others as a form of respect and also mutual forgiveness. Takbiran night is the night before Eid al-Fitr. People gather in mosques or open spaces to recite the takbir, which is the Arabic phrase Allahu Akbar, meaning God is great. The takbir is performed to express gratitude to Allah for guiding them through the month of Ramadan and to seek forgiveness for any sins committed during the year. Who doesn't love nastar? These cookies are filled with pineapple jam that will melt in your mouth. You can make your Eid cakes with recipes from the internet. There are nastar, putri salju, or kastangel that are usually served to entertain guests at home.
Having a balanced iftar is important because the food that we consume around this time helps to reveal our bodies, but it can be a little bit challenging, especially if you're trying to maintain good eating habits.
Along with having a healthy sahur, iftar is the main meal of Ramadan. So we must make sure we break our fast with food that is healthy and nutritionally balanced. Here are healthy iftar tips you can do to feel energized and good and avoid feeling tired and drained during Ramadan. Drinking plenty of water during iftar is very recommended, as the body loses water from a whole day of fasting. However, you need to wisely pick your fluid intake. It's best to break your fast with 1 or 2 glasses of water and wait a few minutes before eating into your meal. Dates contain natural sugar and are rich in nutrients. The sweetness of dates can replace your needs for sugary food or beverage. A handful of dates per day is the optimal intake for people who do not have diabetes. Sweet drinks and oily foods are both popular options for breaking fast, especially for Indonesian people. These types of food have low nutrients density and certainly won't be healthy to consume in the long run. It's best to avoid heavy meals with greasy foods and reduce consumption of food with high sugar during iftar. It can raise your blood sugar and mess up your insulin levels. If you are craving for sweet treats during iftar, choose for natural sugars such as fruits or dates.
And that's House News for today. Thank you for watching everyone and have a good day.